We have a lot to go over. I feel like we're like about to go over all the news of the week. It's like a sports reporting really because we're competing. So we have a lot to go over this week.
Crazy week.
We'll try to be quick, but there's a lot to go over. And I think everybody watching the dashboard has wished that we had like highlight reels of people on the doors, because we're like, how's that guy doing that amount in 3 days?
Over and over and over and over again. It's like by 10 o'clock in the morning, people have deals.
Yeah. We have guys doing 10 installs in a day. We have first years doing over 20 in a week. We have
on the manager calls, the last 2 manager calls, there's been someone from Detroit knocking on the call at like 9
everybody
a.m.
Yeah, all the manager calls, we're getting pitches. It's like
they'll chime in and they're like knocking a door. You hear like the start of their pitch.
Yeah. Things are like going fast.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot to go over. Before we get into all that, let's go over the week's numbers. So we did 569 as a company. We haven't done that much in a while. I know the week previous as a company, we had a down week and we definitely came back. So big week. Detroit came in top office, 229. It's got to be their best week or one of the best, because I know 200's been like big. They did 229.
I feel like every time you say Detroit's numbers, I'm like, geez.
Yeah, I think that's their best. We didn't fact check that, but it's amazing. Lafayette 85, Mobile 81. They had a big week. Homa 62, Shreveport 39, Nashville 35, Baton Rouge 34. So numbers coming in great for this time of year. It's amazing to see numbers keep going up, which they should, because everybody's more talented than they were at the start. It is a little warmer, but you just have to have your grit outcome the heat.
Yeah.
So
for sure. Dinner goal winners last week: Detroit, Lafayette, Mobile, Nashville, and Baton Rouge.
Most teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job getting. Yeah. We had an uptick in a week.
Top 10 vets, Mr. Jet Vance with 20 accounts.
Best week ever.
Best week ever.
Yeah. Good job, Jet.
I know he was frustrated at the end of the week because he got knocked into the loser's bracket, but then he had to remind himself he sold 20, which is a good week. It's okay to be happy with that.
Yeah.
But 20 from Jet Vance. Travis Davis was 17. Mike Manhire, 16. Ron Heishaw, 15. Ian Bussat, 15. Jansen Markham, 13. Bobby Turk with 10. Corey Mucciello with 10. Greg Youngins, 9. And Jackson Powell with 8.
Good job, you guys getting in the top. That's
top 5 were all above 15 accounts.
Yeah. Wild.
Give you a break.
Okay, so top 10 rookies. This is really where it's wild. So Zach White.
Let's go.
20 accounts. His MMR was 1571. We got to start hyping. So for the guys who are new this year, in the past, we have 1,000 club, which will end up having something launched that you guys get. Usually t-shirt. There's just like a club of having 1,000. Historically, there's not been a bunch of rookies in there. I know if we look, there's quite a few guys that hit it this last week. I know Riley Up, I think, hit it. So Riley, Tyler, Jakai, and Zach, which you never see that. And so huge numbers. So Zach, super impressive. We don't see rookies do 20 in a week. Like that's
like maybe ever.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right.
Jakai, we're right up there. 19. Might as well just call it 20.
Yeah.
So
those guys had to have been competing. They're in the same.
Yeah, they're competing. Yeah. So like you saw that their round went down. It was both. Their 3 days were both over 1,000 MMRs, like 1,030 to 1,050. So one of those amazing rounds that I'm like, they did the 1,000 club in 3 days. I know there's a few rounds that guys took the comp, and the fun thing about seeing guys do 1,000 accounts in 3 days. There's not many opportunities people have to push themselves. And sorry, I'm getting off topic, but there's not many times where you get to push yourself to a limit. People do marathons, people do tough mudders, or people do things they're like, see what I'm made of. I think everybody at some point with this job should go see what they're made of. I think it's more impressive to do 1,000 MMR in 3 days to show what you're made of. It takes more than to run a marathon.
Yeah.
Because it's just not numb running. Like you have to prepare like a marathon by getting good at the job. Then you have to go, but it's mental, physical. It is more impressive than running a marathon. And you get to tell yourself, this is what I'm made of. Everyone who does the job, and guys have in the past have seen me do that. Guys saw me do that last year. I said, hey, I'm going to start the summer and go see what I'm made of. And I feel like it's healthy.
These guys for sure are leaving everything on the field. Like people are calling and are just like,
yeah,
I'm exhausted, and then they wake up the next day and are getting after it again.
And maybe I'm saying that because I don't go run marathons, but I don't feel like I need to because I can.
Probably why you're saying that.
Yeah. So Zach 20, Jakai 19, Tyler Kemp 13, Riley Sutton 13, Isaac Meyer 10, Joseph Chatelain 8, Tyler Wright 8, Darius Austin 6, Jonathan McKinney 8, Jude Torres 6. So phenomenal numbers on the first year guys. It was fun watching the dashboard, and we're going to highlight probably a couple of those matchups that we talked about some more. Everybody's seen like the prizes that they've won. We're probably not going to talk a bunch about the prizes more. Highlight a couple of, this is where we get to be the news of what has happened. Everybody's seen the competition and the first big explosion of accounts is probably the Jet and Ron matchup. So
unbelievable.
Yeah. When I mentioned 10 installs a day, that was Ron.
Three past 10 p.m.
3 sales past 10 p.m. one day.
I told that Travis story a couple weeks ago, and now it's like
that's not
we have a new story.
Yeah. Yeah. So for you guys to see, that's fun to watch. We wish we had like people following these guys in a camera to show.
I know Jet was driving home and then saw Ron get another deal, and he pulled off to the nearest town and texted the text and was like, "Hey, I need a tech here," and he's looking for houses with lights on,
and got one.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
Yep. And that just shows what's possible. Like, hey, this is what you can do. We're not saying always go sell people at 10 p.m., but it's like,
if you don't sell 10 a day from here on out, Ron.
Yeah.
Another matchup that was fun to watch is Mike against Jet.
Yeah, he was there as obviously closely involved as Ron and Jet were in tie competition the next day. Just went and took it to Jet. Took it. And
I remember Jet had a good couple of first days, and then Saturday he called at the end of the day and was like, dude, I gave it everything I had. And they just didn't fall my way,
Yeah.
But Mike was consistently.
So now we have Mike and Travis going against each other. They're in the top of the winner's bracket. And then someone comes out of the loser's bracket and would have to beat the winner of that twice. But whoever loses in that will go and play the championship of the loser's bracket. So it could be a rematch of this for the actual championship, or someone will come out of the bottom. And so that's where we're at on the winner's bracket for everybody else watching. I mean, make it fun to see, push them. If you know these guys, send them texts. Companies watching.
If you're in the loser's bracket, you're not out.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
we should mention losers bracket. There's Ian and TJ Fowler and Jet still in there. And so, those are left. So keep an eye on that. So let's go to the rookie bracket. We mentioned, the two guys in the top of that right now are, Isaac Meyer and Jakai Coker, which Jakai had that amazing matchup against Zach, came down to the very end. And those
just
two
absolutely nuts.
Yeah. For rookies to do 1,000 MMR, Jakai almost did 1,100 in 3 days is wild. And so that's, unheard of. They're doing like in 3 days, 14 accounts, so crazy.
Yeah.
So, anyway, good for those guys. We've had some other fun matchups along the way. But everybody's numbers for the guys doing very regularly, there's been 400 or 500 MMRs in 3 days. And so those guys just doubled that in their round. And so 1 seed against 18 seed. And then the guys in the loser bracket still in are Zach, Riley, Darius, and Dryden. And so those guys will know by tomorrow who is advanced there. So that's the standings of things. Hype your guys if you can.
This is the end, right?
Yeah,
this is the last week.
Yeah. And then we go into team comp, which starts. So everybody know that team comp starts a week from now. We'll be going into that. There'll be a similar bracket, and that one comes down to Pride as a team. So
whoever can stay the longest, and anybody that they can recruit the last month of the summer is just going to help them in the team competition.
Yeah. So make sure everybody, all the rest of the guys, just know that that's coming. That'll be a cool big team activity on the line. And also just as a personal goal, everybody should say, hey, my last full month of doing the job should be my best full month. And so track that. We talked about on the podcast, like figure out your day, like, hey, if it's 10 days into the month where I should be, we match up these competitions on the month on purpose to show your production during the competitions. So make sure you guys push through, and there's some pride there with the teams to make sure you're.
Detroit is.
Oh, they're back to back
champions.
No,
how many times have they won?
2-3 years ago. There was years before that there was another team that was back to back. So it's the teams that take it the most serious.
Yeah.
Right. So you just have to get bought in and decide. You don't win that competition without deciding ahead of time that you're going to win it.
Yeah.
You don't win it by chance. You have to decide, hey, we need it. We want it. It really does come down to who wants it the most. You see these numbers, it's who wants it the most.
So that's the end of the competitions?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Unless there's something else. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think it's the last week. It's like, it's going to be fun to watch. The stakes are high. And
hey, for guys that aren't in the comp watching, let it motivate you to, even if you're not in the competition, you should be always striving for your personal best.
Okay. Just a reminder on Mexico. The deposit was paid today, so it's happening. But if you haven't filled out the survey that was sent out, make sure you fill it out. You don't have to have your flight booked. One of the questions is like your flight number and when you arrive. You can add that later. We just need to know how many people who's for sure planning on coming, because we want to make sure you have a room.
Or that if you're married, you're getting a room with the right bed and everything set up. So get that filled out.
And if you don't think you're going to earn it and you want to come, still come. We want to get as many people as we can there.
It'll be some of your best memories you ever have going as a team.
Like at the end of the summer, you've worked all summer with all your buddies, went through, battle together through the office versus office competition, and then you go and celebrate. If
you're in school, you have to go to your teachers the first week and say, hey, I have 1 week this semester that I've got to miss for work.
It's worth missing.
Just let them know ahead of time. It's not a full week. You can get there, get back. But it'll be, you'll have memories you always remember from it, and we'll have a good time. Everyone gets swag. That's another thing we need, because we'll be ordering swag for everybody who comes. So we need to know advance so we can get that all done. So everybody go kill it this week. I'd say if you're not in the comp, take the pride of being your best by watching the guys be their best. Yeah. It is motivating to see guys do what they've never done. It doesn't mean you can't do more than you've ever done not competing.
Yeah. Now's the time to sprint to whatever your goal is, right? You only have so much time left in the summer. It's like, do the math. How many do I have to sell each week, and how much time do I have left, and go hit it.
Yeah. Good luck, guys. Let's go.